This is what I got to repair right here, these cut wires. So there's a black, blue, and a yellow. Let me see if I can zoom in. There you go. There's this yellow. I believe that's constant power. What I did was I took this guy right here and already pulled the back of him off. There's a yellow piece of plastic goes on the back. Now I'm going to depin it. I'm going to stick a screwdriver, a 1mm screwdriver inside these, and on the top part you stick the screwdriver in there and press up and then pull out. So I'm going to depin this wire and I'm going to solder. And I depinned my first wire right here, the blue wire, and I don't know if I should resolder back onto this or just use this new wire. It looks like the connectors are the same size, so I probably can go ahead and go with this new big blue wire, and that's probably what I'm going to use. Alright, just for the record, this new wire right here, this new blue one, it fit in the original harness. Check it out. It clipped in there and clicked in there and everything. And basically I bought one of these. It's a male or female stereo kit. I got both of them. So to fix this harness, I bought both of these. You get the male harness and the female harness. This male harness is basically a replica of the original factory OEM harness. And I bought this so I could pull the wires off of it, because I figured, you know, if it it plugs up into this thing right here, then they must have the same size connectors, and they do. So that's where I got this new big old blue wire that I put on there. It was off this guy right here, the male connector. And this is what it needed. This is the female connector. This is what plugs into it. This is what you wire your car stereo up to. You wire it up to those wires and then plug it into the main harness. So basically, if you need any of these parts on here to fix your factory harness, you can just buy one of these and pull the parts off. Even this little plastic piece right here, I just looked at it, it's just like the original one. So if this little piece breaks on your main harness, you can just you know, get a new one. But the factory one's actually softer than this. This one's like a harder plastic. And the same thing with this, you can pull the wires off of it by depinning it. Or you can probably just replace this whole plastic piece if you need to do that too. You can do that just by, if you have to replace this plastic piece, all you got to do is depin all the wires off the main harness and off of this, and then plug the wires, you know, into this on the main harness. But yeah. So anyways, all this stuff's working as far as repairing the main harness. Let me see. See that connector? That has the pins on the top. You have to just make sure you stick them in the right way, but those top pins always face up on the top. You can see right here, I already got the yellow and the blue replaced with some new wire. Now all I got to do is clip this one in. And there you go, I got the black one replaced now, so all I really got to do now to it, I did solder the wires. I was hoping that they were twisted together so I could just, you know, untwist them. But, yeah, like right here, let me try to zoom in. But yeah, you can see there, it's all soldered. Look how short they cut the wires. I don't understand this. Here, I just want to show how here's the old radio harness. Here's the black ground wire. It only has one ground wire on this radio harness, and they have it grounded to the amp. That's the amp going to the amp, and this is also the amp power. Anyways, I got the wires twisted. I did have to depin them to get them twisted, because I had to grab this end of the wire and twist it to get them on there. So I got them connected. They're pretty tight. I can pull on them. They don't come loose. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to solder them. As y'all can see, I got all the wire wrapped up in solder. I mean, it melted and flowed through all the wire. But I only cut the wires about 1/4 of an, maybe 1/2 of an inch. It's kind of hard to twist them. But blowing back over this black wire, you see to the left, because it had some sharp ends on it, but Anyways, it's covered in solder. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay, I'm installing all this shrink tubing, and let me move him out of the way. See, I already got the one over the blue wire, so I gotta do the black and the yellow, but that's what I'm doing right now. See the black one, how I got the tubing, how it just slides over the connector, and you see how it melts all the way down over both wires on the blue one. I mean, I'm gonna add some more heat to it once I get them all on there, but this is how I'm doing it. That's what I used, was that blow dryer to do all the shrink tubing. So yeah, I did a good job. So anyways, alright, so that's how you repair a harness that's butchered by a stereo shop. So I got my yellow plastic on the back of it now. Got my wires soldered in my blue, yellow, and black. So this is what they failed to purchase. This is a female adapter that goes on the back of the stereo, and it just plugs on the tip of this right here. It goes on the tip of that right there. It snaps in there. So there's no reason to cut the main harness. You know, that's cutting the main harness is like an amateur thing to do. I mean, anyways, also removed the speaker wires from right here because this car uses these speaker wires down here, so that's why I removed the speaker wires. Okay, here's the receipt for the car stereo installation. This is the shop that cut the wires on my 300ZX. I got a napkin covering up the original owner's name, but you can see the shop's located all over Austin and San Antonio. It says 3 Austin locations, 2 San Antonio locations, Custom Sounds Mobile Electronics Specialist. Then you can see down here where it says type of car 300ZX twin turbo. Okay, so this is all the stuff they charged them to do. Total down here is $2,800, and they charged the customer that much money, did this big of an install, installed all this stuff, a stereo CD changer, a sub, an amp, rewired the car and stuff like that, did all this work and they cut the factory harness. And I'm repairing the damage that they done because they didn't use a female connector.